Hello, my name is Eric from GOB.
And my name is Devon.
This week in miniatures, we're talking about Privateer Press's new unveiling of their new Hordes faction, the Grymkin. Have you seen those guys yet?
I have.
What do you think of them?
They look really damn awesome, like Tim Burton and, the Grimm fairy tales and all sorts of weird stuff.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
Yep, I'm digging some of the models that I've been seeing from it. From what I can tell, reading around online about the release, they are a limited faction, much like Convergence was. So there's not going to be as many releases for them throughout the year as the other factions. They're meant to be one of the smaller, easier to use factions there. Their Warlocks are interesting in that they're called Defiers, I think, is what they were calling them. Mainly because they're supposed to be like totally against Menoth, something like that. They hate the Order and all that from Menoth. And what's interesting about the Defiers is they actually don't have any feats to them. You end up, each one has what's known as Arcana, and each one has a built-in Arcana to it. And then after lists are selected for the round, you end up choosing 2 more Arcana from a specific deck to bring with your character. Which seems pretty interesting. It's going to be weird for gameplay because most players, they're used to seeing, okay, well, it's that caster. This is good against him. This is kind of how I fight him. Now with these guys, you're going to be getting the Arcana. Somebody's going to play 2 different Arcana than what you last saw on this guy. It's going to be totally different. What's interesting about the Arcana is that it doesn't, it said some of them were usable like your feat, where it's like you just choose when to use it, but then it said most of them have triggers for when they happen, like when a unit dies or when a model gets too close to this guy within a certain range, something like that, the Arcana will trigger. So I thought that was pretty interesting about them. There's a lot of cool models shown in the release.
I really like the piggyback.
Oh my God, the piggyback ones are hilarious. I didn't realize there was a little dude riding under that the pigs are riding on.
Big riding in a tiny dude.
It's hilarious.
That's disturbing.
It's very disturbing, but also hilarious.
Yeah.
I really like the look of those. I think they're calling them the Hollow Men. They're
the kind of hollow faces, no eyes.
Riflemen. They look like they're from Signar, but just totally dead guys that got taken over by the Grymkin, so they look pretty cool.
Yeah. I really like the pumpkin like riflemen, whatever the axes and all that.
Yeah, with the pumpkin head kind of get up. Yeah, they look pretty sweet.
Straight out of like Halloween Town. And all that. Yeah,
definitely straight out of that. I'm not really sure what they're calling those guys though.
I don't remember.
I forgot what the name was on them.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing about the faction though is, I don't know if you saw in the release, the old witch from Khador is back.
Oh yeah,
and
it's their Colossal?
It's their Colossal, and she actually works for either faction. She can work for Khador or the Grymkin, though Privateer Press has stated that if she works for Khador, she's not summoning Grymkin, which is kind of a shame, but it should be a fun model because it's Scrapjack with a house on him.
Okay, that's okay. If you play with like house rules, that's totally fine.
Oh my God, this guy. So, anyway, that's kind of what we wanted to bring up this week in miniatures, talk about the upcoming release on those guys, and if you get a chance to check them out online, I'd say do so. They look pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually might buy some of these.
Awesome.
I've never bought a
I don't think you've ever bought War Machine, have you?
Wanted to buy Convergence, but then I'm like, there's not enough of it. So maybe these ones.
Maybe these ones, Devon.
Cool.
Maybe these ones.
All right.
All right. Well, that's this week in miniatures. I'm Eric.
And I am Devon.